Ben ritrovati, siamo di nuovo sulla floor del New York Stock Exchange, siamo di nuovo insieme alla nostra ospite che è Doreen Mogavero, che è fondatrice, presidente, amministratore delegato di Mogavero Lee Company. Doreen, thank you so much for being with us again.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
So Doreen, today we are seeing a really good bounce back compared, what we saw yesterday. What is driving the market today?
Well, honestly, I don't think the news has changed much since yesterday. I think that we are, again, I hate to keep repeating myself, we are in a period of extreme volatility and in a period in which investors in the market are really people that are using short-term strategies. So I would have to tell you that I think a lot of what's going on today is technical. People saw some lows yesterday. They wanted to get into the stocks, buy them today, and I think they've done that, and you'll probably see a reversal of some kind tomorrow. I don't think this is a rally in which it's going to follow through. I think it's more technical moves from traders that are using short-term strategies, basically.
And do you think it can carry on until the end of the year?
No, I really don't think so. I mean, I think you might see some volatility into the end of the year. There is a possibility that we do see some kind of a bit of a rally towards the end of the year because a lot of managers are underinvested and they may want to get involved a little bit before they close the books at the end of the year. But I'm not anticipating anything that's particularly awe-inspiring for the end of the year. I think you might see a lot of people are considering this last couple of weeks as a vacation. You know, hedge funds have closed up their books. A lot of people are just waiting to see because, come January, we have an awful lot going on. So,
still though, the investors, and I'm sure you're doing the same, you're still monitoring the situation in Europe and you're still monitoring the situation here in the United States. The attention again today could be focused, and the next following days it could be focused in Washington. What's going on over there? I mean, they are arguing this time is about an extension of payroll tax. What is going to happen?
I think that this is just another Washington situation that just adds to the lack of confidence that people have in the government of the United States. I mean, we just don't seem to be able to get it together and have a clear path on where we should be going and how we should be getting there. And I think that's very disconcerting to most of the investing public. And I think that's one of the reasons that we don't see a lot of retail investors back into this market. Every time we get a big rally like this, people tend to want to take the advantage of it from the institutional side and sell their stocks and pull their money out. We've seen a lot of managers even go to huge percentages of cash this year. And I think that Washington saga just is that, the Washington saga. It just continues and continues and continues. And it's unfortunate that we are so divided in the way that we feel we need to go forward in this country. But I think that until we really get some kind of leadership out of the higher levels in Washington, I think we're really going to just see this go on and on. I mean, it just makes people want to go home,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Going back to the market today, we are seeing a good push from technology, but we are seeing also financials trying to recuperate a little bit. Yesterday was a very bad day. Bank of America under $5, for the first time in over 2 years. How do you see the sector? All these talks about the regulations, could that affect the sector next year too?
Well, I think it's important for your viewers to understand that floor brokers are not analysts, and we gather our information from watching the flow of our orders from our clients. Absolutely. And from what we read, and it's not that I've done any hefty analysis on financials, so I don't want to mislead anybody to think that. But I do know that my years of experience tell me that you cannot have a sustainable rally without the financials coming along with it. And I think right at this particular point in time, the financial industry as a whole is also going through a tremendous amount of transition. We've seen, not just here on the New York Stock Exchange, but all of the large firms have seen an onslaught of technology sort of change the way we do things, change the way our market is structured, change the way we think of our own jobs and have to do them. It's seen a downsizing due to technology. So I think that really, as long as we're in this transitional phase in the financial services industry, our revenues are going to come from new places. The profit centers will change slightly. So I think that as long as we're transitioning, financials will still be finding their way for quite some time. I don't anticipate that they will do much differently than the economy itself will do. I mean, I think most economists are seeing the first 2 quarters of the next year sort of as a sort of benign period. I mean, I think there's a lot of things going on globally. We have a lot of elections next year. Elections in Russia, elections in Mexico, U.S., France. I mean, really tremendous amount of change happening all over the world, elections in China as well. So I think that the first half of the year, most people are going to see how things are beginning to play out. People want direction, and we're not in a position right now to get it. It's still too much change.
Doreen Mogavero, thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.